in Christina's court. Times Square's bigger-than-life country rock star, the Naked Cowboy, hits the web and stirs up some trouble with his soulmate.
So, what's going on, Cindy? What's going on with you guys? You don't compromise?
I don't believe there should be compromise. When a relationship becomes compromised, the two people become a little less than they originally were. They're not two whole centers of them. When a person is fully independent and doesn't need the leverage of someone else to sustain themselves, then they're a free, independent individual. They don't need, when people start compromising, then they start resenting and they separate. And this is an issue of me being who I am, and I'm not interested in changing it, and I'm not asking her to change it either. But if she wants to continue in a relationship, you know, I met her as a man who sings and plays in my underwear, and it was the first thing I ever told her.
That's true.
I'm not hiding anything.
That's very true. So what's going on, Cindy? He has a valid point. Robert has a valid point, because he's saying, you met me as the Naked Cowboy. You knew exactly what I did. You saw me on Times Square. This is what I do for a living.
Well, I met him as Robert from the gym. He explained what he does.
Oh, you met him as Robert from the gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did go, after a while, when I totally still did not understand what he was trying to tell me he did, I did go out there. We were just friends. I went to see, and I was like, oof. And as soon as we got back in the car, he gave me a ride home, put his clothes back on. We got in the car, and I'm like, okay, I like this Robert better than that one out there. But over time, I got used to it. It doesn't bother me at all. I feel we do make compromises for each other. I also work part-time in a hospital as an x-ray tech. We have a holiday party at a big place. Everyone gets dressed up, and they know who he is, and they wanted him to come to make an appearance at some point throughout the party. But he would be coming as my boyfriend, dressed in clothes, so everyone would think. And a little while before we were ready to leave, and I said, well, you know, do you know what you're going to wear? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm going in my underwear. I'm like, you can't go to the party in your underwear. I mean, you know, you could change later to make an appearance, but I mean, you know,
so did you go in your underwear, or you went in
I went in my clothes, and the place was a complete dead, I mean, literally the place was the most boring place we'd ever been in our life. When I decided to go out and put my underwear on, was without anybody's prompting whatsoever. The entire thing turned into a major event. Everybody at the time were alive. And the only part we sacrificed was the part that I didn't do what I should have done, which again was express a higher possibility, which is I do what I want to do. Because when a person does what they want to do.
Then why did you wear your clothes? Did you do your clothes for Cindy?
I made a
you
compromise.
Wear the clothes?
And again, but
then you weren't happy. But was Cindy happy that you made the compromise?
My goal is to make myself happy.
Okay, but you're in a relationship.
It's her goal to make her happy.
So were you
pleased?
Very upset. Were you pleased that he wore clothes?
Yes. Yeah, he was upset at first, but by the time we actually were in the car on the way there, he kind of got over it and he was fine with it. And yes, the party, I think most parties, when you're first walking in, people are trying to settle in, find out where you're going to sit, and, you know, kind of get familiar with each other. Not everyone knows each other. So, of course, it was a little boring and just, you know, and then everyone started talking and becoming friendly, and after it started to dull down again, about an hour into it, he's like, you know what, I think it's time. And I was like, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
So I went with him, he got changed, and it was like great timing. It was the life of the party. Good. And I think it all worked out for the best.
Perfect.
So.
Now, let me ask you a question. You have been together for 3 years?
Yep.
3 years?
3 years.
And how do we get here? I mean, obviously, you know, you fully accept what he does for a living. I understand you have 3 children. Do they live with you guys?
Yes.
All 3 of them?
Yes.
Okay, and how old are they?
My son is 11, my daughter's 15, and my other son just turned 18.
Okay. And how do you get along with the kids?
Men, women, and children love the Naked Cowboy, all of them.
Up next in Christina's court, the Naked Cowboy.
That's all.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
And tomorrow in Christina's court.
Sing me a song.
With the thing on? I don't think the guitar will work with the...
Okay, take the coat off.
In Christina's court, the Naked Cowboy puts a 24/7 webcam in his home. But is his girlfriend a little camera shy?
The kids love him?
Yeah, they get along very well. The only issue is that we have the camera, and we've only gotten it in July. So initially I was uncomfortable with it.
Okay, so explain that to me, Naked. What's happening with the camera?
Well, I wrote out like 10 years ago that, again, at my every move, whether I was sleeping awake, whether I was eating, sleeping, breathing, whatever I was doing would be publicized. That every single part of me, because I was focusing on that, would be something that everybody would have an interest in and seeing at all times. And of course, because of my thoughts are creating my reality, now things like these cameras, like this webcam, and basically, as far as I'm concerned, the whole entire created universe, and every instrument of technology, etc., is catering to the proliferation of me. And that camera is just an example of that. So naturally, now that someone says, here, give you a free camera, we'll sell you products.
So explain to me what Justin TV is.
It's a 24-hour, it's nakedcowboy.tv.
It's Naked Cowboy? I thought it was Justin.tv.
Well, you go to nakedcowboy.tv and it takes you to Justin.tv.
So how long have you been doing that?
July 13th.
4 months, maybe.
July 13th of this year.
4
Okay.
months.
And how did you think this was going to help you in your goals in life? Because everybody would be able to
people,
see.
I know that in the last 6 days, 40,000 people have come into the site and viewed and saw what I was doing. Oh, great, he's working. You know, no matter when they see me, if I'm not studying diligently, I'm working out diligently, or I'm out literally demonstrating the product to the entire world, and that's what I do 24 hours a day.
So every move of your life is exposed for the viewer to see. That's you.
After the shower, where I'll tease you with my belt doll. Please, don't call all your friends, because we don't want to start a riot. We're in the bathroom. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I gotta turn the camera off just a little bit because I'm gonna take it.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
So he does this every day. It's on 24 hours a day. Now, what about the kids in the house? How do they feel about being on camera? Are they on camera 24 hours a day, or just you? Or they're just incidental?
To the degree that they don't want to, they aren't. I mean, again, my goal is not to film anyone else, it's to film me. My whole point is not to live anyone else's life.
I understand that, but that seems to me to be a contention, and this dispute between you two is the kids, because you feel that this is affecting you and your children.
Well, no, he's correct in a sense that usually it's just on him. Like when he's sitting in the chair, he literally has it this close to his face pointing to him.
Okay.
If he goes in to play the guitar, it's close enough that you could see
nobody else, but
no one else. Right. That's the majority of the time. It's with him throughout the day.
Why did you guys all agree to let him do this at home? Because it's everybody's home, right? It's not...
It was really just something that he said he was getting. It was coming, and all of a sudden he picked me up from the airport. I was visiting family, and he picked me up that day. We got back to the house, and there it was at the doorstep. He set it up. The only issue was that at the first day, I said, well, what are they going to play? Reruns at night when we sleep? He goes, no, it's going to come in the bedroom. I was like, oh, no, it's not. So
that's why we're here.
That was the thing. So what he would do is he set up his guitar where it says Naked Cowboy all over it. He'd point it at the guitar, leave the light on all night, and people would know if they came in, obviously we're sleeping.
And that's not my ideal world. My ideal world would be to have it with me everywhere I go. And again, to have cameras in every room, just like it would be, again, the world is calling for
I get you, but
a real reality show where people are literally doing what they always do. When she's on camera, she gets caught on the camera.
So that's why you have this problem.
Oh my God, I didn't know the camera's there.
So that's why you have this problem with Cindy, because you feel that...
I don't have a problem with her. She has a problem with the camera.
When Christina's Court returns, the Naked Cowboy.
You can't please other people. You can only please yourself. So people who live to please themselves are generally happy people, and people respect and say, hey, that guy gives me a sense of liberation. He can do what he wants. I guess I can too.